Have you ever thought about what would happen if Earth's atmosphere just disappeared? I know it sounds crazy, but the atmosphere is the only thing standing between us and some seriously weird and terrifying things. From no air to breathe to wild temperature swings, today we're exploring what Earth would look like if the atmosphere was gone. First, let's talk about something we all need: air. The atmosphere is filled with oxygen we breathe. If it vanished, well, we'd all suffocate pretty much instantly. Humans and animals need oxygen to live, and without it, our lungs wouldn't be able to function. It would only take a few seconds before we pass out from lack of oxygen. In fact, the entire world would be vanished of life. No birds, no animals, no humans. Everything that breathes would be gone. And it gets worse. But while we're all passing out, our blood would be boiling too. This would happen because the atmosphere keeps the pressure in our body stable. Without that pressure, the boiling point of liquids drops rapidly. And yet, that means your saliva, blood, and even the liquid in your eyes would start to boil. Sounds terrifying, right? But hey, at least you'd pass out before you could feel it. I mean, I'm not sure of that much better, but, you know. After we're all dead, temperatures change. The atmosphere acts like Earth's personal blanket, keeping it warm during the night and preventing it from overheating during the day. But without it, this is just not the case. During the day, temperatures would shoot up to over 250 degrees Fahrenheit or 120 degrees Celsius, because there's nothing to block the sun's rays. It would feel like standing in an oven all day long. At night though, it's the opposite. Without the atmosphere to trap heat, the temperature would plummet to minus 150 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 100 degrees Celsius. That's colder than the freezing poles of Antarctica. The atmosphere doesn't just regulate temperatures either, it also shields us from deadly UV radiation and cosmic rays. Without it, we'd be fried by radiation. The atmosphere, especially the ozone layer, protects us from the sun's ultraviolet rays, which can cause cancer, sunburns, and long-term damage to everything living on Earth. Without that protection, stepping outside would mean immediate and severe sunburn, like the kind of burn you get in minutes normally. Sunscreen, yeah, that's not going to help us now. But while we are suffocating, boiling, overheating, and burning, here's something else you might not think about: sound. Without an atmosphere, sound waves just can't travel. In space, there's no air, so you can't hear anything. This means Earth would be completely silent. No wind, no music, no laughter, not even any birds chirping. Imagine a world where everything happens in eerie silence. Again, we wouldn't actually be there to experience this due to some of the things I've said previously, but we're speaking hypothetically here anyway. Also, without air pressure from the atmosphere, the oceans, lakes, and rivers would start to boil away, a bit like our blood. The water on Earth would evaporate because the lower the pressure, the easier it is for liquids to turn into a gas. Usually this happens over longer periods of time due to the sun through the atmosphere, but without it, it would be much, much faster. Over time, all of Earth's water would boil up into space, leaving behind a dry, barren wasteland. No oceans, no lakes, and no rivers. That means no water for drinking, plants, or any living thing. Earth would become just another lifeless rock in this seemingly infinite universe. And speaking of lifeless rocks, without the atmosphere, the sky itself would change. No more blue sky, no more clouds, just pure darkness. Without air to scatter sunlight, the sky would turn black, even in the middle of the day. It would feel like you were living in outer space, with no sunsets, no sunrises, just a black sky with the sun shining in like a burning ball of fire. Another thing, our atmosphere protects us from meteors. They're like big rocks that burn up before hitting the ground. Without it though, Earth would be in for some serious damage. Meteors that would usually burn up in the atmosphere would come crashing down to the ground, causing fires and destruction. Earth would be under constant attack from space debris, much like what happened to the dinosaurs. We would suffer the same species-ending event. In short, without the atmosphere, life as we know it would cease to exist. No air to breathe, no water, and no protection from the sun. It's not just a world that's uncomfortable, it's completely unlivable. Luckily for us though, the atmosphere isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So next time you take a deep breath or are outside enjoying the sun, remember how lucky we are to have this invisible shield protecting us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.